Oh, we on? We on. What up? Oh shit. Wasn't sure what was happening with the controller. What up, everybody? This is Rimbert. Give me a like, subscribe. Back here again with another brain dump. Want to talk about a few things on this stream. Hit me up in the chat. First thing I want to talk about is a guy, an artist that I really admire, LaRussell. I think LaRussell is a very important figure to the modern artist, especially the modern musician. He's been so innovative in the ways that he's created ways to monetize off of his music and creating community the way he wants to, because any one of us could do that. And I think he's really inspirational. But recently he's been in a bit of a controversy. Let's play that and let's talk about it. First off, if somebody you working with that you trust tells you, hey man, maybe we should slow down and rethink the release on this, I would think twice, because that's not just a rando. That's your engineer. That's somebody who is an artistic collaborator. So you might want to just think twice. I'm not saying don't do it, but if somebody close to you and your team says, hey, let's talk about this, what can it hurt to talk about? He's right. He's right. All right. Immediately, my first reaction was, I get where he's coming from. I definitely get where he's coming from. He's saying nobody starts out evil. Nobody starts out terrible. We all come from a place of innocence and purity. Get that, right? So that was my first sort of like, all right, everybody, people probably going to misinterpret that. But then I spoke to somebody who's a bit more, I think I would say, stoked in religion than I am. And she was saying that the idea, the phrase heaven sent, means that you're lucky. It doesn't necessarily literally mean you're from heaven. It means that this blessing, it was heaven sent. You're a blessing. It was fortunate. So I think that's the disconnect with LaRussell. It's unfortunate when it's a rapper and it's a person who's a wordsmith and you don't really understand how the juxtaposition of words can alter the way people feel about something. I think his intent was there. I just think the execution was a problem. But then there's also, the thought that crosses my mind that artists nowadays need controversy to have engagement. And LaRussell is pretty squeaky clean. LaRussell he doesn't do sexually charged music. He doesn't do violent music. So that would be off brand for him. But this seems like an on brand controversy. So part of my conspiracy theory brother brain thinks that he needed some traction. He just got this Rock Nation deal that gave him a little traction, but he needs a little controversy. He's not a battle guy. He's not a violent rapper. He's not sexually charged. He doesn't say negativity. So this is a great way for him to have a conversation. I will say though, he seems a bit pissed off as of today about the whole issue. Y'all hit me up, man. Let me know in the comments. Does heaven sent mean just sent from heaven, or does it mean you're very fortunate to have this person existing? On to my next topic. On to the next topic. What we got next? So I want to talk a little bit. I want to geek out a little bit and talk about this NVIDIA chip. So this is the new NVIDIA DLSS 5, which is an AI-powered GPU that in real time allows it to upgrade the graphics on your computer, or rather upgrade the graphics of the game you're playing in real time. Let's just take a look and then we'll talk. Okay, so for the most part, for me personally, when I look at it with my eye as an art director, as a cinematographer, director, all that stuff, visually, I don't feel like it's an upgrade. I I feel like the lighting conditions are being changed. Uh, somewhat, some of the features on some of the characters have changed, but it looks more like a filter, and it doesn't really look like a model upgrade. And I'm not saying it's supposed to, but it just looks like a filter. Um, so I don't really feel like this adds to any value to the game, really. But that's just me. I'm a very old school gamer. I don't believe that great graphics, make a great game. I think a great game has to have great gameplay, a great story. That's what makes a great game. Graphics are pretty far down, if you ask me, from my opinion. So I don't think that this is something that's going to make or break a game that you love. Um, then let's get down to the nitty gritty. This thing they're saying, this one GPU is going to retail at $2,000, which, reading a few blogs, they're saying that's not realistic. It's probably going to retail for more like $4,000. So that's $4,000 just for the GPU. We're not talking about the CPU, the rest of the computer, any of that. That's just the graphics processor. It's $4,000. Now, the demo they currently are using, they've said that they used 2 of these GPUs to power the demo. So that's $8,000 to replicate what they did. So that's it, really more like 10 to build a computer. If you're going to spend $8,000 on the GPU, you're probably going to come out $10,000 to $12,000 for this system. So that's like $10,000 to $12,000 for this system, and I don't think like it's worth it personally. I don't think this graphics treatment is an upgrade. You guys tell me. I know it's very exciting for the gaming community, but it just seems like they're showing us something that's just not realistic for the average gamer. You guys, let me know in the comments what you think about this new real-time AI-powered NVIDIA chip. What do we have next? Next up, this is something good. This is great, you guys. This is something that's in my feed that I've been talking about for the last day and a half. To me, it's an incredible conversation because I'm an art director, filmmaker, storyteller. Love these sort of conversations. So the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer just dropped yesterday. And the conversations, overwhelmingly, I think people reacted positive. But there's one shot that people seem to like really be debating about. So I'm going to show that and get into my thoughts on it. Let's do it again because it was a quick shot, but it's very divisive. This shot right here is the shot that's making everybody go nuts, right? So the current discourse is over that this isn't realistic. Like, he's wearing a skin tight mask. This obviously seems like at least 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches of space between the mask and his face. So people are like, oh, it's unrealistic shot. And then some people are like, hey, you guys don't have media literacy, which is a whole nother conversation. I can't stand it. People say that. People just pick up phrases off the internet and just start saying it. Like, what does this have to do with media literacy? This is literally it's just a visual shot. There's nothing to read here, right? So Where I stand is the shot ain't working. It's just not working. It's not working. And I feel like it's not working because if there's anything that pulls people out of the movie and they're starting to think too much, it doesn't work. It's that simple. I was arguing with one of my homeboys. Shout out to Julian Lytle. And, you know, I think it looks great. I think it looks cool too. And I understand the intent was to give us a story-wise, emotionally wise. The point was to get us closer to Peter and have us feel his sort of stoicism. Like he's jumping. Spider-Man, usually he jumps off and he's like, woo! He's excited about this thing he does. This is not that Peter Parker. So I get it. But I think that if it takes the people, if I'm starting to think, it takes me out of the story. So therefore the shot doesn't work. Now, the thing I also said is when you look at the Iron Man inside the helmet view, that's not very realistic either because it's projected like you're about 1.5 feet back from Tony Stark's face, but we don't care because it feels right. It feels right. That's one of the most important things about filmmaking. Like the brain doesn't care if it feels right. I could drop 100 references in movies where it's like that doesn't make logical sense, but it felt right. The cut felt right. The shot felt right. This isn't feeling right to people. So you can't go against the wave. You can't tell the punchline to the joke. You can't explain the joke and then expect somebody to laugh. Either it's funny or not. Either the shot works or it doesn't. So I just think it doesn't work because it's making people think too much. I get the intent. I think it looks cool. But if people are thinking, where's the camera? It doesn't work. I don't know. You guys tell me, what are your feelings on Spidey's inside the mask shot? Let me know. Finally, I would like to get on to Michael Eric Dyson. I would like to talk about Dr. Michael Eric Dyson, actually, and how he just recently was capable of Drake. So let's go into that, and not just him. The Kendrick waves. I didn't think the waves from this battle were going to still be rippling, but they're still rippling. Let's talk about this. Because it's a No, you did not just try to link Kendrick Lamar to Donald Trump. Something is wrong with these Negroes in academia sometimes. Like, they get, whoops. Oh, we live, y'all. We live. Things happen. We live. Yeah, these Negroes in academia, like sometimes they get to a point where they get so much of this clout in that world, they think themselves infallible. They think their thought process is the end all be all. But the truth is, community determines a lot of things with Black Americans, whether you like it or not, right? Like, so when the community did not want to embrace Drake, it wasn't because Kendrick told him to. Yeah, Kendrick had a part in that, but Kendrick's part in it was more so of illuminating what was already there. It wasn't like he made up things and people just bought it. It was things that were already there, and he brought light to it. So the community as a whole, Dr. Michael Eric Dyson, chose to reject Drake because Drake is a Canadian rapper. He's not a Black American rapper. And once again, you're supposed to be Mr. Smarty Alt nigga, right? You're conflating race, which is not really a thing, with culture, right? Because that was the whole thing. Culture. He's a fucking cosplayer. He likes to cosplay different cultures. Right? Let's go on. I'm gonna move on from Michael Eric Dyson to this other guy. So here's another, like, what Gilly is sort of echoing. It's almost like they got the same cliff notes, right? Like he's echoing what Michael Eric Dyson said. Kendrick othered Drake. He othered him. He put him on the outside, right? So this is the same sort of narrative. Like he wants to like sort of piggyback off of. Oh, black people putting each other down. Black people didn't want to see Drake win. Question: is Kendrick black? Because if I was rooting for Kendrick, wouldn't that mean I was rooting for a black person to win? Like, why are you even bringing those negative stereotypes into this? Has nothing to do with that. Everything that the battle concerned was said in the battle. But you know, let's see what else. All right. So here's the part that for me also as well is like with the Kendrick Drake battle, when people try to say this point in contention of, oh, we ain't got no proof. We fucking have proof. We've been had proof. How many you motherfuckers, how many young women does it take for you guys to write them off? Millie Bobby Brown, she's 14 years old. He's a grown 30-year-old man talking to a 14-year-old he ain't related to about boys. Okay, that's one. Oh, you give him a pass for that. The 17-year-old girl on stage, he was a grown man. He commented, oh, you 17, oh, I want to kiss you, blah, 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 blah. You gave him a pass for that one. The high school basketball girls. What about them? Them high school girls saying, yeah, Drake was always following us, checking out our team. What the fuck is this 30-year-old man with no kids checking out high school girls basketball? How many minors, how many incidents does it take for a person to be sketchy where you go, oh, we have proof. He's fucking sketchy. We got it there. I don't know. I don't know what these guys' motivation is. I love hip hop. I'm a fan of Kendrick Lamar. But I'm not a Drake hater. I don't listen to his catalog as much as I would say I listen to Kendrick's, but I'm old school. A battle's a battle. A battle ain't gonna make me stop listening to your music. That's silly. That's just silly. A battle, if you win the battle, that just means you win the battle. That's all. You came out on top for that battle. But that doesn't mean, oh, I hate everything about you. I don't know that man. I like the music he makes, whatever. He's a sketchy dude, but I don't know him personally. I don't see how people are so invested in these people they don't know like that. I don't get it. But you guys sound off. Let me know in the comments. Is Gilly tripping or what? And yeah, I think that's all I got for today, y'all. Yeah, I just didn't think these Kendrick waves would still be going. Oh my God. Yo, hit me up, like and subscribe. Peace.